Welcome to Rwanda. Behind me are the 5 mountain peaks of the Virunga mountain range. And people from all over the world come to this spot to see one thing, the mountain gorilla. Journey began in the Rwandan capital of Kigali. Kigali is a marvelously clean, safe city with modern amenities, vibrant art, and delicious restaurants. Our tour group made it a point to stop by the largest market, which is probably not a great stop for nervous or claustrophobic travelers, but it's a marvel for those of you who have adventurous spirits. And a trip to Kigali isn't complete without a stop at the Genocide Museum and Memorial. It's a painful but profound place that tells the story of the horrific 1995 genocide and the journey that the country has taken to heal and move forward. On our second day, we departed for Uganda. It was about a 3-hour drive until we arrived at the Ugandan border, where we had to get out of the car and present our passports to exit Rwanda, and then get in a separate line and present them to enter Uganda. But the process was fairly easy, and it took very little time before we were on our way again. After another hour drive, we arrived at Mount Gahinga Lodge. Mount Gahinga Lodge has 6 bandas, or bungalows, and has the most amazing hospitality. The lodge is situated just outside the entrance to Gahinga National Park, where you can trek to see golden monkeys and a family of 9 gorillas who are the only gorilla group that live in the park. What do you think, Mom?
Beautiful, peaceful. We're here. I'm in freaking Uganda. Never in a million years.
The lodge offers a walk to visit the local village of the Batwa people, who are a local tribe that was displaced from the park and who came to settle next to the lodge. Many of the Batwa people work at the lodge, and so it was poignant to see how they live and to experience the incredible welcome that they put on for our group. We just got done with the Batwa village tour, which was actually really lovely. And now it's time for my favorite part of being in Africa. Sundowners. Cocktail hour, it's the best. After an amazing meal, my mom and I arrived back to our room to find it had been turned down for the evening. And we hit the sack early because the next day we were going to trek for the mountain gorilla. The day is finally here. We are going trekking for gorillas. Never in my life did I think I'd be trekking for gorillas. I'm so stoked. It's gonna be so fun. We were so fortunate that the gorillas happened to be nearby the lodge, so we were able to set out for the park entrance on foot. We were welcomed with another incredible display of dancing before we headed into the park theater for our first briefing on how to conduct ourselves during the hike. And of course, before heading out, we needed to make a quick pit stop. And let me just tell you, Rwanda and Uganda both had some of the cleanest, nicest bathrooms I have ever encountered in Africa. So if you're nervous that you're going to encounter the worst, know that on this trip, the toilet situation was excellent. Okay, back to gorillas. We're just starting our gorilla trek, and apparently they're very close by. So this might be a short day, which is kind of amazing. We are so lucky in this weather. It's freaking gorgeous. As we journey towards the gorillas, I think now would be a good time to talk about porters. Porters are people that you can hire to help you with your trek. You can see here, my porter is carrying my bag. He also helped me with some of the more tricky terrain. You can see my mom's porter, who's helping her cross this stream ahead of us. Hiring a porter costs $20 US in Uganda, $15 US in Rwanda, paid in cash. If you can swing it, I highly recommend hiring a porter because it directly helps the local economy And many porters are actually former poachers. So the porter program is a way for them to earn money and feed their families without having to set traps that may harm gorillas in the park.
We've been walking for about 15 minutes and our guide just connected with the trackers and they said that basically the gorillas are where we were. So we missed them. Well, we'll loop back around.
Once we arrived near the gorillas, our guide gave us a few last-minute briefs and asked us to don our masks. You might wonder why we're wearing masks out in the jungle. Well, it's because humans and gorillas share 95 to 99% of our DNA. Isn't that crazy? So that means that many of the diseases that we can catch can also be caught by gorillas, and vice versa. So to help reduce the chance of transmission, wearing a mask is mandatory when visiting gorillas in Uganda and in Rwanda.
It's so freaking cool. Oh my god. That's insane.
An hour went by all too quickly, but we were rewarded in the end with a spectacular sighting of the silverbacks leading their troop across an open field, which is super unusual. All in all, our entire trek was over by 11:30 a.m., and we were greeted back at the lodge with cocktails before lunch.
Day 2, and my group is headed out for golden monkey trekking, which apparently is a much longer hike than the gorillas. So not excited about that part, but still gorgeous to be outside in nature. We're here for the experience, so we're like rallying and going. And they're going to drive us to the park today, so that helps.
3 cheers for our drivers who took us to the park because we were not prepared for the trek that lay ahead.
This is wild. Now you can see how steep this is, but this is what we've been trekking on, up and down. This is like by far the hardest hike I've ever done. What do you think, guys?
Oh yeah, it's awesome. Loving it. So glad I got up this morning.
All in all, a 7-mile, 5.5-hour round trip hike with 1,800 feet of elevation gain. And while we complained about the difficulty of the hike, the golden monkey ended up being one of my favorite parts of this trip. The troop we met moved into a set of low tree branches on a slope, which allowed our group to nestle in under the trees and hang out with these playful primates in our own little tree fort.
We take it all back.
Take it all back.
Oh my god. That was amazing. Okay, that was worth 3 hours hiking through the jungle. Wow.
After an hour, we headed away from the monkeys to have our lunches from the lodge and prepare for the trek back.
So we just had a lovely picnic lunch here on the trail in Uganda. It's wild to just think that I'm sitting here on a trail in Uganda eating a picnic lunch. Utterly wild. So our journey up to the golden monkeys was really, really, really hard. That was definitely the hardest hike I've ever done. And I'm super proud of our crew for making it up there because it was, I mean, it was like you'd take 2 steps and then you had to turn and like go like 3 feet up. So take a big giant step, you take 2 steps and you have to do it again and again and again. So it was super technical just being on the side of the slope. But it was so worth it. But to sit under that tree and have the golden monkeys play over us and around us, and what a cool experience. I mean, that is once in a lifetime. Like that, I hate to say it, but that rivaled our gorilla experience yesterday. It was that cool. Oh, damn, so good. This place is so cool. Like what a journey, what a trek, but worth it. 10 times over worth it.
Ooh, and we even saw a chameleon.
Wow.
It really is camouflaging.
We are leaving Mount Gahinga Lodge. This was a beautiful, beautiful stay. The staff was so friendly and welcoming. They had just great touches. So yeah, we had a beautiful time. And now we are off to, first we're gonna go to the Diane Fossey campus, the research center. So that's gonna be really cool. That's about a 2.5-hour drive. And then spend an hour there. And then it's another hour to Virunga Lodge, which I am so excited to see. Virunga Lodge is one of like Travel and Leisure's top safari hotels every single year. So I'm really, really looking forward to checking in there.
So yeah, nice little restful day. Let's go get it.
But before we get back to Virunga, we had to go back through the border crossing again. So we are just doing the crossing back from Uganda to Rwanda. It's actually a really easy process. All you have to do is go to this building over here. I don't know if you can see it through the window, this building, and there's like an exit side from Uganda. So you go, they just stamp your passport, and you go get in line for the Rwanda side. They just stamp your passport. Actually, it was the same guy who I had on the exit, so he like remembered me and he was like, "How was your visit?" Super easy. And then our drivers took our bags through a scanner. So they scan your bags, and right now, of course, the scanner's not working. So they had us open our bags and take a look at everything, but it was a quick search, so not a big deal. Easy peasy. The Ellen DeGeneres campus of the Dian Fossey Gorilla Fund is an absolute must-see if you visit Rwanda. At the Ellen campus, you can explore state-of-the-art exhibits which tell the story of the Dian Fossey Gorilla Fund and their 55 years of gorilla conservation. You can grab a coffee or some food at their cafe. You can hike around their nature trails and meet staff. And they have the best gift shop that you are going to find in Rwanda. Finally, it was time to make the trek around the lake and up to Virunga Lodge. This one, I've been waiting for. But don't take my word for it. Check out these amazing images of my own personal bungalow. And I had this all to myself.
Any toss living.
Pretty good.
After lunch with the crew, I headed down to the spa for my second massage of the trip. That's right, massages are included with your stay. And they were good.
I just had an unreal massage. It was spectacularly good. The guy basically like beat me with a little mini rolling pin. It was fantastic. And you can see I've still got like towel marks on my face. Whatever. Oh shoot, I forgot tipping money. We are about to go up and watch a traditional dance here at the lodge. And I need to bring $5 to tip, which means now would be a good time to talk about tipping. Because tipping in Africa is its own thing.
You need to bring a lot of cash with you for tipping in Africa. Tipping is not mandatory, but it is prevalent. For this trip, I carried $400 in small bills. Tips range from $5 for dancers and spa personnel to $10 to $20 per day for guides. You will tip your gorilla guide and the trackers who keep a 24/7 watch on the animals, so be sure to bring about $50 in cash with you for each track. Now, the condition of bills is very important, as blemished or older bills can be problematic. So whether you're bringing US dollars or euros, be sure to bring smaller bills like 5s and 10s, and make sure that they are unblemished, crisp, and from 2006 or later.
Good morning, I'm awake.
How are you tonight?
Good, thank you.
You're good?
Please, that's perfect.
Yeah.
It's our last full day in Rwanda, and today we are going for one more gorilla trek. Today we are going to see a family with over 20 members. We got to privately pick our family. Like, what a cool experience. I'm so excited. A little sore today. Definitely feeling a little sore, but I feel so much better. I rested, I'm awake, I'm ready to go. Let's do this.
But first, on our way to Virunga National Park, we had to stop by the famous gorilla statue to see where the annual naming ceremony of the baby gorillas takes place. Can you believe all of this is made from bamboo?
Like now, in June, we are going to create the babies which born in this year. So here we are, this is the naming ceremony.
Wow.
So you can see this, it's made from bamboos. You can see the babies, you can see the dignary behind, and the behind is the silverback. So everything here is made from the bamboos.
Wow.
So
Welcome to
Virunga National Park, my friends. Here you go, Mom. Smile. Hello. Amazing. This is a beautiful facility. Great bathroom. They give you a little like coffee, tea when you come in. You get your first briefing. Now we're gonna go drive 30 minutes to start a 30-minute walk to the park entrance. Because the gorilla troops are located all over the park, you'll have to get back in the car and your driver will take you to the nearest entry point for the troop that you've come to see. In our case, it was about a 30-minute drive to a small village where we got out, met our porters, and then trekked across several fields of crops. Once we entered the jungle, things got properly muddy.
How are we doing, Annie?
Muddy. Some jungle.
What have we done so far?
Hiked through a lot of jungle and a lot of mud. A lot of mud. It's brutal. Cool. Most hard. Jungle. This time, we hiked for about an hour before our guide made contact with the rangers who were watching our troop of gorillas.
Okay, I have got a message from the silverback.
Yes.
He says that now we are getting closer and closer, maybe in about 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
Around that, we're gonna meet him. And it's all like this. There is no, I told him to avoid the very steep fall.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. We are here. Just a quick sip of water, and then the gorillas are right up there. I'm so excited. They're like, calm down. We get to spend about an hour with the gorillas. We have to put masks on and leave our stuff behind. I'm so excited. Over an hour later, it was time to leave our gorilla friends. Only they apparently weren't ready to leave us. And we were surprised by a mother and a 4-month-old baby who followed us out onto the trail. It was hard to say goodbye. One thing I'm always amazed at when I come to Africa and stay in these luxury lodges is the amount of luxury that they are able to provide in the middle of nowhere. It's absolutely stunning. So we just got back from our gorilla trek. We sat there, they took our boots off for us. They gave us a foot massage when we walked in the door and like handed us a beer. Spectacular. And with that, I am now going to go enjoy my outdoor shower. Feeling super refreshed after my outdoor shower. Now we're gonna head up and have a very light lunch because we didn't eat when we were out with the gorillas. So a very light lunch here at the lodge. And then, I don't know, we get some like downtime. Maybe have a cocktail, maybe write in my journal a little bit, maybe work on this video. I don't know. Now we're just like, we're done with the adventuring. We've got some relaxation time, so stoked. The afternoon was full of cocktails and relaxation before a celebratory dinner where the staff surprised us with a cake, gifts, and an impromptu dance party. This has seriously been the best trip. If you are at all interested in traveling to Rwanda or Uganda to see the mountain gorillas, I highly, highly recommend. If you have any questions about anything I covered in this video, please leave them below and I will do my best to answer. And as always, go create a life you love.